Good morning, Oracles. How's it going today? Just a quick note, I am going away for the next couple of days, so I will not have a video. I'm going to try my best to get one out Sunday evening to you guys. Many of you have been asking for some visuals on filling gaps and patterns. So I will do my best on Sunday evening to get out to you a video showing that. I'll show gaps, I'll show the wedge pattern that we're in for Tesla, and I'll get those out to you on that day. And speaking of that wedge pattern, we are still in it. So despite the big sell-off yesterday in the stock market and with Tesla dropping 5%, we are still within our wedge pattern. So looks like at this point we are still focused on the February 25th date. Around $900 is the pinnacle of this peak that we are going to be getting to in the wedge. So we'll see. And again, I will try to show you guys on Sunday so you can see it yourself. So it looks like we're getting there. We'll find out how this plays out over the next week or so. But at that point, it would be nice if we got a breakout. We saw some videos yesterday or some pictures from Giga Austin. Lots of cars in that parking lot with some covers on them. Looks like those are production-ready vehicles. So looks like we're very imminent. I know we've been saying imminent in Austin for the last month and a half, but now it really looks imminent. So that might be the catalyst that we need to break us out. We shall see. And as we had discussed yesterday, we did fill that gap down to 875 in Tesla. So we do have the 846 gap technically still left to fill. So whether that happens or not, again, it's 9 times out of 10 that it fills. So we'll see if that actually gets filled. We got really close before, down to 850. So I'm not sure if it's going to get back down there again. I think we might in March, or if this whole Russia-Ukraine thing ends up breaking us down rather than us breaking out, we'll see. So we do have that gap filled though, so we are kind of priming up for a very nice potential breakout. And one of the other nice things to see is we have seen a lot of FUD in headlines about Tesla recently. Obviously those of us in the know it's just FUD. It stinks for people who aren't in this community because people who aren't in this community just don't know. They see a headline and they believe it. Because they don't know any different, they don't know any better, they're not digging deeper into it like we do. They don't have access to our information unless they go and search it out or if we kind of put it on them. So it kind of stinks that we've seen that in the media with all the FUD. But one thing to take a look at is similar to what they say in Hollywood, is no publicity is bad publicity. We think about how, Tesla doesn't advertise and they still do really well, and we see all the FUD in the news either way. Well, think about it. Tesla's always in the news, whether it's for good things or for bad things. Elon Musk and Tesla are always in the news. Even in my local news, I see Tesla coming up all the time. So it's crazy, and this is why they don't need to advertise, because Tesla's name is getting plastered everywhere. So why would you need to spend any money on advertising when everybody knows who you are? Because there's Tesla and then there's other cars. Tesla isn't even spoken about as a car. It's spoken about as Tesla. So it's a whole different brand. It is a different creature unto its own. And this is why they don't need to advertise. And it's great. It's brilliant. Again, we get down to the PR team, whether they need one or not. That could be up for debate. My questions about a PR team, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, would be, what is the difference that a PR team could do that those of us out here in the social media realm can't do? Because PR is just going to be doing basically what we do. Maybe they have better ties and connections that they could get to real media to maybe change, but is what a PR team going to do actually going to alter headlines that major media productions put out? That I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And now getting out of FUD and going right to facts, Sawyer Merritt yesterday had tweeted about how GM had their Hummer, and their Hummer has 3 times the number of batteries that they need in order to operate a Hummer versus a Tesla. So when you have a vehicle that takes 3 times as many batteries, and you're trying to produce as many as Tesla is producing, and you don't have your own battery facilities yet, how are you going to produce enough batteries for all of your vehicles? This is why Tesla is so far in the lead, because it's not just that they have better technology. they have figured out everything that they need to do vertically integrated into their business to make sure that they reach their goals. Most of legacy manufacturing and legacy automotive hasn't figured it out, or if they have figured it out, they have just started that process. Tesla already has batteries integrated. They already have a battery facility getting processed for 4680 batteries, which are the next step up above the batteries that everybody else has trying to work on already. So they have that already in the facilities. They've got it going up in Austin. So they'll produce batteries right on site, put them right into their vehicles. 1/3 the amount that GM is going to be using, out the door, done. GM has to figure out where they're going to get the batteries from. Their battery production is just starting to get up there with their facilities, so they're not even producing enough on their own to make this happen. So just looking at the facts, just seeing how far Tesla is ahead from everybody else on every level, and there's not going to be any regulations that are going to be able to slow this down. Tesla's putting a much better battery into their vehicles, a lighter weight battery, structural pack, better for the vehicle. They're creating a whole better vehicle overall. And legacy automotive and competition isn't even comparing to Tesla's current vehicles, let alone the future vehicles that are going to have these 4680 batteries. And with the 4680 batteries, I'm hoping that once we get news about Austin, which will hopefully come out soon, maybe within the next week, hopefully we'll get some news about Austin, maybe some updates on how the 4680 batteries are going to be rolling out. And as we had talked about before, they're pretty darn close to getting to themselves to the point where they can probably scale manufacture these batteries. And at that point, that's when they can really hit the ground running. Now, don't forget, Austin, initial ramp isn't just going to hit the ground like Shanghai is at right now. It's going to be a slow ramp to get going. So, they'll have enough batteries to fill these vehicles as they get started and then produce the batteries along the way. And the ramp cycle on both of these, between the Model Y and the batteries, will probably ramp simultaneously. I don't know how quickly they can ramp batteries. That's something that will be interesting to find out, because they do plan on supplying the batteries to other facilities as well. I would imagine, obviously, over time, once they get the batteries up and running, every single one of their vehicles will have the 4680s in them. It's just a matter of getting those ramped up. So they're starting out of Austin. Looks like they're going to have the performance Model Y, as we had discussed, be the ones that are going to be starting with the 4680 batteries. I did hear something about a standard range starting with a 4680, which is interesting. So we'll wait and have to get some more clarification on that to find out exactly what's going on. My thoughts were that they are going to start with the performance, because to offset some of the ramp costs that they're going to have and incur over the next couple of months, they're going to want to start with their higher end vehicles to get the higher dollar amounts coming in for better margins. Let me know in the comments below, do you think we are actually going to hear about Austin opening up over the next week? Because that would be awesome and play right into the timing of our wedge pattern on 225 breakout if we break out over the next week. Let me know your thoughts on that. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. Thank you so much. Have a great one.